Welcome back to Ensign Equipment. My name is Andy Ersch, and today I get to share with you a brief application spotlight about a really cool application we got to work on recently. And it's actually this dumper that you see behind me. This video is really for those of you in the metal stamping industry, or really any other industry that could use a container dumper. But this particular application, we were working with a metal stamping company that needed to lift up and discharge essentially off-spec or non-conforming parts. So we had to come up with a custom retaining system. We had to make sure that we had enough capacity in the dumper to be able to lift the weight that we needed to lift, and we needed to have an elevated discharge height. So what I'll do is I'll walk you kind of through some of the options and show you how we accomplished it. So come on over here. First of all, I want to talk about the fact that this is our heavy-duty dumper. This is actually our heaviest standard weight. So we can lift up to 6,000 pounds with this dumper. And, you know, first of all, it's built very solid with heavy gauge steel. And then not only that, but now we're up off the ground. So we have to engineer a stand to be able to hold all that weight, plus the weight of the dumper. So there's that. And then as you can see inside this dumper, there's kind of this very unique looking retaining system. What we did is we used this Acme screw that is mounted to a 2-inch by 4-inch bar of solid steel. And then on the bottom of this Acme screw, we have this solid steel retainer. And it's, as you can see, it's pointed out to two directions. It's retaining two sides of the cart or the retainer or the box, and then it's retaining a third side of the box or the bin. So that gives it a lot of stability. It's made out of this heavy duty steel so that all of these heavy parts can get smashed against it and kind of can take a beating while it's getting discharged into or onto the transition table. So that's our custom Acme retainer screw option. And then we'll come over here, and what I'll do is I'll run through the controls with you, and I'll kind of show you how that works. This particular customer wanted to have a lot of manual control over their dump cycle. So we actually have 4 different up buttons, and essentially it's a synchronistic up cycle. So I can't push stage 2 up until I've pushed stage 1. So what I'll do is I'll run this dumper and we'll kind of walk through each stage. So we'll push the up button for stage 1. And in this scenario, this dumper or this stage is going to lift up to 90 degrees. So as you can imagine, these heavy metal parts are going to kind of all of a sudden let loose or could let loose, and so the customer wanted to make sure the dumper did a good job of helping the operator control the flow onto the transition table to not cause damage to any other equipment or this equipment, or not cause any harm to any other operators. So this is at 90 degrees, and then this next stage will take us up to 105 degrees. And then we're going to go to 120 degrees. And then we can push the final button going all the way up to our 135 degree discharge. And what you may have noticed is that last up cycle, that up to 135, is actually slower. So all 3 of the first stages are at the full 60 hertz. We've got an Invertech VFD here, panel mounted, so that those first 3 stages are 60 hertz, and then we go down to 20 hertz on the last stage in order to slowly discharge the final material. And now that we're all the way up, now we can push the down button, and it'll come all the way to home. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it this far. We really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, or if you're curious about how we did this, or maybe about an application that you have in your facility, contact us at sales@ensigneq.com or leave a comment in the comment section below. We definitely monitor our page. Again, thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.